What's going on, everybody? We are done with the fucking weekend already. But that's alright. We're gonna cruise through this week and get back to the next weekend. Now, that's all we fucking do out here when you're somebody like me. But it's been a interesting weekend. A lot of shit going on, a lot of shit being said, a lot of shit being done. And hey, there ain't much to say. But I'm going to talk about something today that came up, got brought up about me working at the prison, some old fucking stories throwing around, and people saying I'm fucking hanging people with sheets in the prison, and so we're gonna have a little prison talk this morning. We're gonna talk about my little tenure working in the prison, just a little bit, just to touch on this subject. So, yeah, I worked at the prison. I worked there for 17 years, and made my way up through the ranks from CO. Worked as a CO for 6 years. 6 years I worked as a CO. Then finally decided I'd promote up and put in for sergeant. So I made sergeant, and then I was sergeant for another 6 years. And then they taught me into putting in for what they call a white shirt, which is a lieutenant. Go ahead and make that jump, be a supervisor. I said, okay, I'll do that, I guess. So I put in and got promoted and made lieutenant. And I was lieutenant for, I think, 2 years. Then I decided, well, I'm already a supervisor, I'm a lieutenant. Well, I might as well go ahead and be a shift captain. I'll go ahead and put in for captain. Be a shift, run shift, so that's what I did. I put in for captain and made captain. Now, in the prison, it's not like it's not like, hey, the man, they tell you to, your buddies tell you to fill out an application, put in this application for lieutenant or whatever promotion it is, and we'll get you in there. That's not how it works. See, what you have to do is you have to put in your time. You have to have time. You have to have years of service. You had a point system. Your point system was based off your years of service, and then you went into an interview and they asked you questions, and you had to study. You had to learn the policies and procedures, and you had to learn all of these. And your interview you got so many points for that. And I think there was something else. I don't remember exactly what it was. No discipline, nothing like that. You couldn't have any investigations. You couldn't have all that shit. So it's not like I was this big ass shady motherfucker in the prison system. I worked hard. I was very firm, but I was very fair. And that's how you make it as a guard in a prison. You treat everybody the same. There's no color, there's no gangs, there's no nothing. You treat everybody the fucking same. That's the only way you make it. And that's what I did. So every time it come up for promotion and I was going to promote, I did all that. I fucking studied. I got on the internet when the internet come out, cause we had fucking typewriters and shit that everybody did reports on when I first started at the prison. You had fucking typewriters. You had to type out every fucking thing that you did. But then when they come out with computers, of course, I could go in there and fucking look up shit and study. But I studied my ass off and kept my nose clean and did what I was supposed to do and worked hard, and that's how I got promoted. So if anybody that thinks that I fucking hung an inmate or whatever they say, that's not the kind of fucking people they promote. I can go ahead and tell you that. That, yeah. Anyway. But enough about that. What I want to talk about is fucking snitching. Now, with me having so much time in the prison, I seen snitching like you wouldn't fucking believe. It was snitching all day long, every fucking day. I'm gonna tell you what snitches do. Snitching, you got people that will fucking give you a heads up. They call it snitching, but they will give you a heads up because if there's something that's it's gonna kick off, it's gonna happen. That hey, you know, y'all might want to take a look at this because this guard or this might happen or whatever. Some bad shit might happen and somebody might get hurt. You know, sometimes you have those people that will come tell you that, and that's one, they really don't want to see nobody get hurt, and two, they don't want to spend the next fucking however long on goddamn lockdown. You know. Now you got those kind, and that's kind of snitching. That's kind of dry snitching or whatever what they call it, where they don't really get nothing out of it. But then you got the ones that snitch that they think they get something. They get I don't know, a fucking officer gives them a goddamn cigarette on the sly, and this motherfucker will tell him anything. You know, all he gotta do is give him a cigarette every now and then, or give him an extra tray if he's in confinement, or you know, give him somebody's fucking canteen that they done confiscated and from somebody else that had too much shit that was gambling or whatever, and they'll give him that little bit, and he'll come in there and tell on every fucking body, you know, on the sly. Now you got the ones like that. Then you got the ones that's out here that's just as fucking dirty as everybody else, and they done gambled during football season, and they done fucking run up this bill with this guy, and now they owe this some bitch a bunch of money. So what does he do? He turns around and he goes and makes him a little shank. He melts a razor blade into a fucking toothbrush, and he goes and hides this motherfucker under the bunk when this dude's out on the rec field or whatever. And then he goes and tells the guard that, hey, that guy over there's got a shank. I seen him with it. So they go search his fucking cell, and they get the shank, and then they go down there and get this motherfucker and lock him up. And guess what? Now this dude that's fucking snitching, he ain't got to worry about this motherfucker beating his ass because he owes him fucking money now, because this son bitch is locked up. You got all that shit going on. So that's just a few examples of some of the snitching that I dealt with when I was in the prison. Now me, I learned early on that, and I was taught by some others that, you know, have been around, that you ain't gonna fucking get nowhere listening to snitches all day. You just ain't. They told me fucking stay away from them, don't pay them no goddamn attention, don't fucking deal with it. And the reason they told me that is because if a snitch finds out, or if they find out that you'll listen to a snitch, they're gonna come to you, and they're gonna snitch on somebody. They're gonna tell you things to get you to do something for them, for their gratification. It's not because they want to make you look good. It's not because they want you to be the best fucking officer out here in the prison. or because, you know, that's not what they're doing. They're not trying to help you promote up the fucking ladder because you're out here busting all these people and acting like you doing all this hard work when they giving you the fucking information. That's not what a snitch cares about. That snitch wants that fucking extra tray. They want them fucking extra canteen. Or they want to get rid of a motherfucker that they don't need to deal with anymore. That they don't want to deal with anymore. And they're going to use you to fucking do it. They're going to use you to do their fucking dirty work. But you act like, if you're a person that listens to snitches and you do all this, say this motherfucker tells you where some drugs is. They got drugs in the cell and they got a fucking cell phone and they got a goddamn list of 7 officers' home fucking address. Say they got that. Alright, this snitch comes tells you this. You go in there and fucking find it. You're gonna write your fucking paperwork up like you received an anonymous tip, or you're gonna say you conducted a fucking random cell search and found all this shit. You're gonna take all the fucking credit for it. You're not gonna write your paperwork up and say that, oh, so-and-so inmate over here fucking told me about this. That's not what you're gonna do. You're gonna fucking take the credit for it, and you're gonna make yourself look good. And this snitch is sitting back looking at you and fucking laughing and smiling. He don't give a fuck that you got credit for that. He don't give a fuck how many attaboys you got, how many of them fucking bigwigs walk by while you cheesing like a motherfucker and pat you on the fucking back and says, good job, man. You did a good service to this institution today. You got this shit out of here. This is what we need. We need more people out here like this. When you didn't do a motherfucking thing. You didn't have a fucking clue that shit was right there under your own fucking nose till somebody told you. That's what fucking snitches do. Snitches have you running all around doing their fucking dirty work and make you think that you're using them to do your dirty work. And it's the total fucking opposite. It just is. And guess what? Guess what that snitch is gonna do whenever he don't fucking need you no more? He's gonna fucking snitch on you. He will. And it's the same thing with you. If you don't need that motherfucker again, you're gonna write that motherfucker a DR and lock his ass up and send him on down the fucking road. That's the way it is. Or you gonna go tell these other fucking inmates that, hey, that dude right there is a fucking snitch. He done told me all this kind of shit. That's what they do. Snitches are snitches. And people that fuck with snitches ain't no fucking different. They ain't. But yeah, I was just sitting back reflecting on everything and kind of thought about that, and I said, well, you know, I might can share some invaluable knowledge with some of the people out here, and just tell them, you know, because some people might not look at it like that, or might not even dawn on them. They might just say, well, you know, a fucking snitch is just somebody that tells on somebody, and they might not really know why. But I don't have a whole lot of fucking experience anywhere. Yeah, I might not have a whole lot of experience anywhere else. And sorry about that, y'all. Fucking phone call came in. But I had quite a bit of experience in the prison, and that's what I seen. I seen that shit, and I was never the type of person to do that shit. So, but I seen firsthand. I seen other people that did it, so I know what it's all about. But yeah, if anybody fucking runs around using snitches all the time, that's that's the game they're playing. That's part of it. And the first chance they get, they gonna burn them motherfuckers. Just like them fucking snitches are gonna burn them. It's just gonna happen. You use them up till they're no fucking good to you anymore. That's just what they do. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna try and fucking get something done today. And but hey, y'all be safe and y'all keep it between the ditches.